Joe Biden is 80 and would be 86 at the end of a second term. Donald Trump is 77. Is there some point at which someone is simply too old to be president of the United States?
Well, first, let me say I've known Joe Biden a long time. He was a senator when I was a congressman. He was a vice president when I was governor, and he's always been that wrong. I mean, I think it was Secretary Robert Gates who served under Republican and Democrat presidents who said that Joe Biden has been wrong about every major foreign policy decision for the last 40 years. So when I look at the disastrous policies that Bidenomics, when I look at the war on energy, when I look at that disgraceful withdrawal from Afghanistan that so dishonored the service and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform over the last 20 years. Look, I know where the buck stops, and I know who made those calls, and that was Joe Biden. And that's not a function of age; that's a function of judgment. But I would say secondarily, look, I've said before, Ramesh, in these challenging times, we don't need a president who's too old, and we don't need a president who's too young. I mean, everywhere I go, people stop me on the street, and stop me at those county fairs and festivals, and they kind of lean in and say thank you for running, because they know that this is a time where we have to have someone with the experience, but also with the energy to meet that moment. And there are some in this race that are calling for competency tests. There's some people talking for raising the age requirement for people when they can vote. Look, I trust voters on all these questions. I think voters can sort it out, but we're going to continue to lay out my judgment that we're going to be ready on day one if given the opportunity, not just to lead our party to victory in 24, but also to bring our country back in a way that will serve the interest of all of the American people.